Is the longest-serving soap actor ever, having ruled over the Corrie cobbles for an incredible 62 years.
Wow.
Let's take a look at the moment we first met the almighty Ken Barlow back in 1960, just 7 years after the Queen was crowned.
Oh, by the way, I should be going out later on.
Oh, are you meeting a girl?
Yes.
Oh.
It's just a girl that's in my year.
The one you had the letter from this morning? Does she come from round here?
Not far away, other side of town.
Will you be going over to their place, then?
No, just into town.
Whereabouts are you meeting her?
The Imperial.
Oh.
Where?
The Imperial Hotel.
Now, listen here, Squire. You'd best make up your mind to it, because you're not going throwing no money away at no Imperial Hotel.
What do you mean, no Imperial Hotel?
I mean what I'm saying. Don't you come correcting me.
Look, I'm not asking you for any money.
And the King of Coronation Street is joined now by the former Queen of the Rovers, our very own Denise. Hi, Denise.
Yes, hello, ladies. You look amazing, and much as I would have loved to have been there looking like you, I'm not. I'm here at my old mate Bill Roache's house in Wilmslow, round the corner from me. Bill, it's so lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you in your red, white and blue.
Well, I've tried my hardest. I couldn't find red, but I've gone for pink, in the pink.
Well, you're very clever with your blue eyes and white hair, though, and red lips.
Thank you.
So.
Thank you, Bill, you old charmer. I was working out that you are 90, as we know, which we'll go on to later. Unbelievable. When I joined Coronation Street, you were my age. I've just turned 64, and that's how old you were.
Wow.
And you look to me not a day older.
Oh, you're very sweet. You're very
Honestly,
kind.
Bill. And I remember, although back in the black and white days, you had done Coronation Street live, which is unbelievable to me, because we did the first big live for the 40th anniversary.
Yes, 40th anniversary. I remember that one well.
I was
not
pregnant.
happy, are they? They're not easy.
I was pregnant with Louis, and I said, please, please, just give me a little tiny bit to do. I was so nervous, I thought I might have given birth in the Rovers' living room.
Would have been interesting.
It would have been interesting.
It'd been memorable, certainly.
But you had the lion's share, Bill.
I had a big speech at the end. I had to open the bottle of champagne, and they were all making a noise. I had to quieten them and then make this speech, and all I wanted was the end to get this speach done.
How did you cope with the nerves back in the day when you...
Well, in the early days, when we started in 1960, we used to do the first live. There's a lot of live stuff then. Even some of the commercials were done live. They'd cut to a studio and someone would pour something out and carry on. So it was more commonplace and we rehearsed very rigidly through the week. So dress rehearsal on Friday morning, Friday afternoon, and then do it Friday night. And the second one was always recorded, but in a way that couldn't be edited, so it was the same thing, really.
Unbelievable. Well, I want to talk a little bit about that later, but obviously we are here for the Platinum Jubes. Do you know what that is? The Platinum Jube is apparently what it's trendy to call the Platinum Jubilee.
Well,
we're all very excited about it.
Yes.
And you have met the Queen herself on numerous occasions.
Yes, about 8 times, I think.
8 times. Tell us about the first time you met
Well, the first time, I was only 23. I was an officer in the Royal Welsh Fusiliers in Jamaica, and it was on her Caribbean tour that she did just after the coronation. And I carried the colours at her reception on the airport, and then we met her at the governor's house for lunch. And I remember there were 3 of us just talking to her and chatting away about our regimental goat.
Regimental goat?
Goat.
Right.
The beautiful goat with silver things on it, and they used to march in front with the band. And the Queen was very interested. She was very young, very alive, very alert, very attractive.
Did you have a little twinkle for her, Bill?
Oh, definitely. You couldn't help. She was very attractive. She was lovely.
Because you've always, you've always had an eye for the ladies.
I found you very attractive, Denise.
Oh, shut up, Bill. And then subsequently, you've met her several times. What is it about the Queen that you think that we love so much and we treasure so much?
Well, I've met her quite a few times, but the most memorable time was when Preston was given the freedom of the city, and I was asked to be part of an entertainment with just 4 of us for Prince Philip and the Queen. Nobody else present. Just us. So one of the writers wrote this thing about all the comedians who came out of the Northwest, and there's more than any other area in the world. So I read this out, and Prince Philip loved it. And he didn't love a laugh, wasn't he? The Queen was always lovely, always wanting to laugh. And Philip came up and told me a story about Les Dawson and how you cooked black puddings. And they met 10 years later at a Royal Command performance or something. And he said, you fry them. He said, no, you bake them. And they were always lovely because they enjoy what they do. They take an interest in it. The Queen's very alert. Even now, she was on the street only a few months ago. Very quick, very much
I mean, because sometimes you think, you know, you want to say to a Lizzie, there are other people that could do this now. Sit at home, have a cup of tea and put your feet up, Liz.
No, sorry, I object to that because we're ageing and you do not... Well, the problem with ageing is the collective consciousness says the minute you get 60, oh, here's the chair, sit down. When are you going to retire? You take it easy. And down you go.
Yeah.
No, you keep doing what you enjoy doing right...
Well, I agree.
I'm still acting.
I know you are.
Still doing it. Still getting cross at you about ageing.
Well, yeah, because the thing is, 64, I just said I am now, the age you were. The Beatles wrote a song, When You Get Old and Losing Your Hair.
Oh,
we haven't lost a hair on our heads, Bill.
No, it's not the number, it's how you feel. I mean, 90, I don't feel 90. I started getting younger when I was 70, so I'm about 50 now.
It's ridiculous. And, I mean, what would be amazing, because you have no plans to retire, why should you?
None whatsoever.
You are such an integral part of that show. Would you like to see yourself still popping into the Rovers for a pint when you're 100?
Oh, definitely, yes. I said that on this morning. The centenarian.
Centenarian?
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, absolutely. Why not?
Yeah, and then, of course, on Sunday, you've been invited to go on one of the
I'm on the top of one of the buses, and then I'm going to be in the small group around the royal family when they sing the national anthem at the end. So I'm really looking forward to that.
That's amazing. And what I was going to say was, you've also got a book out, Bill, which is called Life and Soul.
Life and Soul. It came out 4 years ago, but I've reissued it, and I've written a new chapter, including COVID and things. And it's generally, I didn't think I did anything special, but my children said, yeah, look at you and your age. And I said, well, I just do normal things. But anyway, I've written this book about my thinking and how I understand life.
Because you're quite a spiritual person. Is that the right word?
Not too much, you know. I mean, I'm not religious, if we call it religious. But I know there's a God. And he's the God of everybody, irrespective of what you think or what you do, who created everything, and everything is created. And it's a very loving thing. The whole thing is, all of creation is to do with love. So really, if we want to be happy and live longer, just try to be a bit more loving. I mean, kindness is love in action. And, you know, we love all the birds and the wildlife and everything. And...
talking about loving all the birds, I am bringing it back to the twinkle in your eye again. Do you think there's still time and do you still have a desire for Ken Barlow to find a great love again?
Storylines at the moment, I've just got 7 scripts in, 2 ex-girlfriends, Rula Lenska and Wendy Crozier.
Oh, Wendy Crozier's back.
Well, they'll be back in a few weeks. Well, Rula's been in and out a few times.
I love Rula.
But now they've got Wendy Crozier, Roberta, back, and it's lovely to go over all that. And the great thing about Coronation Street, you know, not many things have been going for 60 years. It can just draw on its own history.
It can.
And even my son Daniel, he's going through similar stories to mine, slightly different, because he was a teacher for a while.
Yeah.
So he was having similar stories too. I mean, you remember what it was like. It could draw on itself. And
I loved it.
It's a happy group,
and I loved it when it was, because again, nobody does comedy and drama in equal measures like Coronation Street, and the mixture of the older cast members and the younger working together.
Absolutely.
And the humour. Some of these people like Sue Nichols and you and Eileen Derbyshire used to have me crying
Maggie
laughing.
Jo Blanche.
Oh, Maggie.
She was wonderful. That Alcoholics Anonymous one. This is the great thing. The comedy isn't trying to be funny. It's actually seeing the humorous aspects in life and making comments like Blanche used to do it all the time.
Oh, my God, it was hilarious.
Really
but
good.
just one last question, Bill, before we have to go.
Oh,
there's a lot of... No, I know, but I'm going to stay and have mega cups of tea with you. The future of the monarchy. Yes. A lot of people think it needs to be modernised. Do you think we're in safe hands with Charles and Camilla taking over?
Yes, quite definitely I do. I mean, there's all... it's an organic process, and it has changed. It's changed a lot over the last few years, more than most. And I think Charles is a very warm and friendly man. He's a very kind man. He's also a very intelligent man. And I think he'll be a wonderful king, and Camilla will be a wonderful queen. I really do.
Well, listen, Bill, thank you so, so much. Have a wonderful time at the pageant on Sunday. And I'll tell you, our very own Gloria Hunniford. All right, Glo? Glo is going to be looking after you on the bus.
Gloria, how wonderful. We'll see you there and give you a big hug.
So I expect to see lots of selfies from that day. So have a fantastic time, and back to you, Kay. Love you guys.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
thanks, Ben. So you've got a date, Gloria?
Yes, there's a bus for every decade. It's an open-top bus, so we're praying that it doesn't rain. So I'll give Cliff a big hug from Bill.
And Cliff, I think, is going to be joining us on Monday. Well, there you go. It's all fitting in beautifully.